Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot Tube. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Monday, February 12th, 2024. Just an FYI for you, this is the 2-year anniversary of this channel. I actually started the channel on the 10th of February 2 years ago, but it took me 48 hours to get up enough nerve to put a video up. So, happy anniversary to all of us, especially those of you that have been here since that very first video. I appreciate you very, very much. Well, the news today is reporting that the Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, was back in the hospital for a bladder issue. Now, this is my second video devoted to that person. In the first one, we explored whether or not that person, the alt media chatter, was correct that he's actually left the earthly plane. We got a nod that that was the case. But as always happens, when they bring in a version 2.0, a replacement, someone to fill in until such time as they're ready to go public with a news or wrap up someone's storyline, they brought in a 2.0 for Mr. Austin. Now, that one didn't seem to know military protocol too well. And I'm sorry. Anyway, I shouldn't be laughing, but the replacement didn't. And now we have the news that he's in the hospital. And I just checked for an update. They've actually announced now that he's moving to critical care. So this actual video may be redundant, but let's take a look at why I decided to do a second video about this person or the 2.0 version of them. I'm going to a share screen, which if you're interested and would like to look at it closer, you can click on the Facebook link in the video description box, but it's not that lengthy. And if you just listen, you'll have the gist of it. Okay. But I always try to give you some places to go for rabbit trails and what have you. All right, going to the share screen. This was what caught my eye was they did some gematria for bladder issues and came up with Donald Trump, are you ready? It's happening. And so it begins. And since recently, one of the reads we've gotten several tower cards coming up lately. We also had a nod that there was a connection to The Fun Begins. And so it begins. So I wanted to take a closer look. Now, and I've got, if you would like to locate that Twitter platform post, it's here. Then here was a comment in the comment section that I just thought was beautiful, in case it's buried. Too many people found out that this is not the real Lloyd Austin, so they have to find a new one or give up the charade. A 40-year military veteran does not forget to salute a fallen soldier. So when the deep state, and I do think it's the deep state trying to keep this charade going, when the deep state trotted out their replacement, he didn't know military protocol too well. And his very first appearance, he blew it. He didn't salute a fallen soldier. So yeah, you don't have to just get the looks right, guys. You got to get the mannerisms, and not just the mannerisms. They need to know protocol for whatever place they're trying to fill. Okay. Or how about this? Let's simplify life and just make the announcements that are true and valid and ongoing. Okay, they could have announced that man dead without admitting he was in a bunker in the country that starts with U when he's supposed to be overseeing things in the United States. He could have just died suddenly, as so many have. Okay, but my question is, with the universe is, are they going to do just what that commenter said? Are they going to try to come up with another version, or will they be ending his storyline? So are they ending his storyline now with the hospitalization and complications issue? Or is there some other option that we need to be aware of? Let's see what the universe wants us to know. We'll find out together. Okay, are they wrapping up the storyline for Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin completely? Or is there another option we should be aware of, plus insights and information the universe wants us to know? I thought that gematria was really, really interesting too. Okay, we've got the Queen of Wands. We have the Six of Swords, another six with the Six of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Page of Wands. Interesting. I'm sorry for the glare. I'm going to reach up here and see if I can get that out of your sight a little bit. Okay, it's a little dark, but the cards are coming in nicely. Okay, there's no major arcana showing. So I'm reading about a situation that could still change, just so we know. Got two white hat cards showing up here with the Knight of Swords and the Chariot. Again, in Laura's view, this Defense Secretary Austin is a fill-in that has been done by the deep state because they weren't ready to acknowledge the exit of one of their players. And yeah, so let's look here. We got the Queen of Wands showing up, showing she can be almost brutally honest. And yeah, again, a nod to the fact that the real one has gone on his way. Okay, the things are going to be, they are going to move him out of the picture. Now, whether they're moving this one out because they're going to bring in yet another 2.0 or end his storyline, it's not yet clear. Sometimes the universe doesn't divulge things right away to us. Although I can't imagine that this is something that is so critical to operations that it needed to be obscured. Let's get a couple more cards and see if there's a few more insights about this. But yeah. So yes, he's leaving the storyline. Okay. We've got an Ace of Wands showing up, Three of Cups, Justice, and the Three of Wands again going to a kind of off to a new adventure. So it looks like they are going to wrap his story up in such a way that he doesn't come back on the job and needs to be either replaced or he'll be working from home because of his debilitation or something. But yeah, he's definitely leaving. I don't think they're bringing in yet another 2.0. They're ready to retire this one, and they need to do more of that. Like I said, they need to be wrapping up these storylines for people instead of trotting out a new one. Like, hey, did you see the news? It's totally a rabbit trail here, but random thought. They've got a new Celine Dion that looks so healthy and great. Why did they bother? I don't know. I don't know. That's Laura's view. She doesn't always know why they do these stupid things they do. Well, let's recap. The news today said that Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin was back in the hospital for a bladder issue following his prostate procedure. And the Gematria was very interesting with bladder issues, including such phrases as Donald Trump, "Are you ready? It's happening, and so it begins." And so my question for the universe was, and one of the anon commenters were, because this particular 2.0 already majorly blew it, not knowing military protocol at a ceremony for a fallen soldier. So they either need to bring out yet another one or retire this one in some form or fashion. So my question was, is that's what's going to happen? Are they going to retire this one? Now, interestingly, there were absolutely no major arcanas showing up out of these cards. So that kind of tells me major arcanas tell you one couple things, just from their general presence in a read. They tell you if your question is important. And there were none with this, so I'm sorry, universe, I got a little trivial. Okay, and then the other thing is whatever they're indicating by their placement and what they're giving a nod to is pretty much a firmly set thing. So with no major arcana showing up, this may not be our final answer, but right now we did get a yes, they're going to be wrapping up his storyline without him health-wise able to come back on the scene. And they may retire him in some form or fashion by saying he's retired or he has expired or something like that, or that he's working from home because of delicate health. They're not going to risk any more faux pas in military procedures because there's too many sharp-eyed veterans that notice when there's a flub there. Okay, and the Justice card showed up I'm sorry, there was one major arcana, but it showed up late in the read, the Justice card. And so, yeah, he's not going to be back seemingly in position, whether they're going to hunt up a replacement at this late point in the game, because as the Gematria said, are you ready? It's happening, and so it begins. And I hope that's the case. That's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time and your attention on our 2nd anniversary show. And if you'd like to stay around for just a minute, I have a quick thank you to a viewer and just a general thank you also. So, but if you're leaving because this is the conclusion of the current events element of this video, if you're willing to receive it, I send you love and light and wish for you everything bright. Bye. Now, if you stayed around, it was just beautiful that it happened on the 2nd anniversary of the channel. I got in the snail mail a very nice card, note, and a gift from a viewer in Abilene, Texas, Deb and her partner. And I wanted to give a special thanks. I always thank people if they've done a buy me a coffee gift. I thank you in that, and I do read all the little notes that come with those. And I do read every bit of mail I have, but I want one of my resolutions for this 3rd year of the channel is to thank people for the support they give beyond that it's tangible. And it's not that I'm trying to get more from you. Please understand that if I never get another tangible gift from anybody, that's fine. You know, it's difficult financially out there for so many people. I get that. And I'm not trying to promote anything or get you to feel obligated to do that. If you've been sending me positive intention and prayers, that really helps it in ways you can't imagine. Because doing a channel like this, I do tend to get attacked energy-wise, and it never gets through because of some of my personal reserves and practices and protections, and what you folks contribute also to that cause. So it makes me feel really, really comfortable tackling uncomfortable subjects and doing so with courage and no fear. And no fear is what we're supposed to have, because fear is a useless emotion. Unless it's right in the middle of an emergency and it's totally appropriate. But, you know, that ongoing permanent state of fear, we don't need that. We don't need that. So again, thank you, Deb, and everybody that's sent gifts in the past. So many people have. And I will try to take some time in afterward form so that you don't have to sit through it if you're not interested. And thank people when there's a tangible thing, but don't feel obligated to make that happen all the time, okay? Please don't. I'm trying to do this in a way that makes me proud of how I do it, and makes my loving creator proud of how I do it. I guess I can't put it any more simply than that. And I want to hear someday that I would love to hear that somebody with cute connections, 17 connections, said, we watched you, you did it right. You didn't grift, you didn't beg, you didn't hint, you did it right. You shared what you had to share as honestly as you could share it, and you did it right. So that's it for this video. Thank you for staying for the afterward. And I do appreciate each and every one of you. And I don't take you for granted. In 2 years, the channel's grown, and we've got a really good cadre of regular people that support one another and encourage one another, and are just there for each other. And a lot of times we wake up and we're kind of isolated as we do it. So that is so important, and it's so beautiful. And I thank you for being part of that if you choose to be. And if you're not and you want to be, hey, just dive into the comments and make comments and encourage somebody, and you'll be surprised. You'll be one of the group before you know it. With that said, again, for you that stayed, love, light, everything bright for you. If you're willing to receive it, it's yours. Okay, I'm having trouble stopping the video. There we go.